What's going on? Today I'm going to be making some bison cheesesteaks in my Fredericksburg cast iron skillet. Beautiful pan. I went ahead and sliced up some bison using my Living Steel 626. Nice thin slices of bison meat. What I like to do is put it in the freezer a little bit early, or a little bit before you start cooking, so it firms up. It makes it easier to slice, and it's a little safer to do it that way. That way you're not, slicing raw meat, because you're using a knife. You're not using a meat slicer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thin sliced bison. I'm going to put it in my stainless steel tray here. Do a little rinse so we don't cross-contaminate. All right, I got my bison. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle a little Big Bruiser in there from Tactic Calories. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle a little of that in there. I also got Big Medicine Bison and Beef Blend from Tactic Calories, one of my favorite seasonings of all time. Just mix it up, get that seasoning in there, and let that sit for a minute here while we talk about what else we got going on. I went ahead and sliced up a sweet onion, about 1/4 inch thick, as big as you want. I like onions on a cheesesteak. I like the onions to stay long so they stay on the roll. We're gonna cook them in the pan after we cook the meat. Give the onions some really nice flavor. Might soften the onions up if they need it with a little sherry. Maybe get a little deglazing action. What do you think? And I got some cheddar jack right there. We're gonna melt that on. We're gonna cook it all. A little Grove and Vine, baby. You heard about Grove and Vine in my introductory video. If you didn't, go back and watch it. And you better go get some of this. All on a fresh Portuguese roll. Bam. Medium heat. You're in my kitchen, and this is a real test. This isn't a TV show. This is a house. This is my house. We're drinking iced tea, okay? So here we go. We got medium heat. The pan's getting nice and hot. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of Grove and Vine on there, huh? I'm gonna let that get nice and happy. You know what we're gonna do? Since it's a brand new maiden voyage for this pan, we're gonna put a little bit more olive oil. Look at that. Look at how perfect that looks. Another unsung hero of the kitchen, the fish spatula. It bends, it scrapes, it pries, it washes up good, it's light. I love a fish spatula. You want this pan piping hot. Piping. You want that oil to just be so runny, and look at that surface. Look at that. Oh, this is perfect. Bison in. Let that get all nice and happy in there. Oh yeah, this is good. Put that in there. Oh yeah, we're gonna turn our heat down just a little bit. Look at that, no sticking. It's the first time I'm using it. Smell that? It smells good. Look at it, nothing is sticking, nothing. This is gonna be a cheesesteak that you've never had before, because have you ever had onions deglazed with sherry? I don't know if you have, cameraman. We'll find out. And look how tender that bison is too. That is just, that is gonna be so delicious. I can't wait. Oh, does it smell good, cameraman? The weight is just perfect with this. I love it. No sticking. Fredericksburg, you're killing it. This is amazing. I'm gonna take that out for now. It's gonna go back in there, don't worry. Don't you worry. Leave that heat going. Another drip of olive oil. Another drizzle of olive oil. Probably turn the heat down to low for this, medium. Onions in. This is going to release a little bit of moisture from the onions, and it'll cause a nice little deglazing action here on this wonderful Fredericksburg cast iron pan. Look at that. Look at the surface. Look at it. It's completely clean. It's so non-stick. I've never used, this is my first, can I say this is my first time using a brand new cast iron skillet for the first time? Because everything I've ever used is old. Give it a little salt and pepper. Little salt. Little pepper. Cool little container, huh? Estate sale. $2. You were with me. That was when we got in Trenton, yeah. Cool, so the onions are breaking down right now real nice. That's a boo-boo onion there. We don't want that. I like to deglaze with a little sherry, a little dry sherry. That'll soften up the onions a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna let that cook off the alcohol. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of thyme, just a little tiny bit, just a tad. Smell that wine cooking off? You know what does that make you think of? Does it smell kind of like French onion soup? Yeah, see? Okay, we're gonna make some French onion soup style onions. We're gonna put this pan on really low, and we're gonna put this lid on. And we're gonna cook them onions for a little bit. We'll be right back. So we got the onions, nice and soft. You want them stringy like that. That's the way, at least that's the way I like them. So we're gonna turn the heat off. I'm gonna scoop them out into this bowl here. I'm gonna scoop them out. Actually, we're gonna utilize the spout. Let's see how the handle's cool. Not cool to the touch, but it's warm, but not entirely too bad. I'm still gonna use an oven mitt so that I do not burn my hand. Getting closer to the pan, which is where I'd like to grab to have the most stability. Just gonna scoop off our onions. Nice. Always one onion will get stuck there in the spatula. Still has a little crunch. Super soft still. Got back on medium heat. Another drip of oil. We're gonna get the bison back in there, warm back up. Get a nice layer of onion. Another test of a non-stick pan to see how cheese does. Put it back on low. The other thing is, if you think the pan's getting too hot, you can always turn it off and the cast iron will retain the heat. Got some cheddar jack here. Get that on it. I'm actually going to put this on very low heat. I'm going to put the lid back on, and we are going to let that cheddar cheese just melt right into that bison meat. Alright, so now I feel the pan's hot enough. I'm going to turn the heat off. This pan is going to stay hot, and with the lid on, it's going to keep the heat. It's going to melt that cheddar jack cheese down really nice. Look at that. That's what we want. Oh my goodness. See? That's ooey gooey good. Cheesesteak. On. Caramelized onions. On. Don't worry if any drips off, it looks good. Oh yeah, get them caramelized onions on there. Get the top of that bread on there. Okay, we're gonna get a nice slice shot. How's that look? That look good or what? And see how this Living Steel 626 tackles this bison cheesesteak down. Okay, let's see what we got. Look at that. Oh yeah, let's see how it tastes. Ready? Oh yeah. Buffalo-y, cheesy, oniony. Fredericksburg cast iron. It's a hit.